that's the TRISTIA, Ovidius OPNaso, the book, the fourth book, and the first poem, a plea for indulgence. Oh, whatever faults you may find, and you will find them in my books, hold them absolved, reader, because of the time of their writing. I am an exile, solace, not fame, has been my object, that my mind dwell not constantly on its own woes. 'Tis is why even the teacher, shackled though he be, resorts to song, lightening with untutored rhythm his heavy work. He also sings who bends forward over the slimy sand, towing against the stream the slow-moving barge, or he who pulls to his breast in unison the pliant oars, timing his arms with measured strokes upon the water. The weary shepherd, leaning upon his staff or seated upon a rock, soothes his sheep with the drone of his reeds, at once singing, at once spinning her allotted task. The slave girl beguiles and whiles away her toil. They say, too, that when the maid of Lyrnessus was taken from him, said Achilles relieved his sorrow with the Haemonian lyre, while Orpheus was drawing to him the forests and the hard rocks by his singing. He was sorrowing for the wife twice lost to him. Me also the muse comforted while on my way to the appointed lands of Pontus. She only was the steadfast companion of my flight, the only one who fears neither treachery nor the brand of Cynthian soldier, nor sea nor winds, nor the woe of the barbarians. She knows also what mistake led me astray for the time of my ruin, that there is fault in my deed, but no crime. Doubtless for this very reason is she fair to me now, because she injured me before, when she was indicted with me for a joint crime. Well, good I wish, since they were destined to work me harm, that I had never set end to the holy service of the Pierian ones. But now, what am I to do? The very power of that holy service grips me, madman that I am. Though song has injured me, the still song that I love. So the strange lotus tasted by the Lycian palate gave pleasure through the very savour which brought harm. The lover is often aware of his own ruin, yet clings to it, pursuing that which sustains his own fault. I also find pleasure in my books, though they have injured me, and I love the very weapon that made my wounds. Perchance this passion may seem madness, but this madness has a certain profit. It forbids the mind to be ever gazing at its woes, rendering it forgetful of present mischance, as the stricken bacchante feels not her while in ecstasy she shrieks to the accompaniment of Idaean measures. So, when my heart feels the inspiring glow of the green Tirsus, that mood is too exalted for human woe. It realizes neither exile nor the shores of the Scythian sea, nor the anger of the gods, and just as if I were drinking slumber-bringing leathers draughts, I lose the sense of evil's days. Yeah. It is right then for me to revere the goddesses who lightened me my misfortunes, who came from Helicon to share my anxious fight, who now by sea, now by land, deign to follow my road on ship or foot. May they at least, I pray, be propitious to me. For the rest of the gods take sides with mighty Caesar, heaping upon me as many ills as the sands of the shore, the fishes of the sea, or the eggs of the fish. Sooner will you count the flowers of spring, the grain ears of summer, the fruits of autumn, or the snowflakes in the time of cold, than the hills which I suffered driven all over the world, seeking in wretchedness the shores of the left of the Euxine. Yet the lighter since my coming is the lot of my misfortunes. To this place also fate has followed my path. Here also I recognize the threads of my nativity, threads twisted for me from a black fleece. To say naught of ambushes or of dangers to my life, true they are, yet too heavy for belief in truth. How pitiable a thing is living among Bessie and Jetty for him who was ever on the people's lips. How pitiable to guard life by gate and wall, and scarce to be safeguarded by the strength of one's own position. The rough contests of military service I shunned even as I often touched arms only with a hand intending to play. But now then that I am growing old, I fit a sword to my side, a shield to my left arm, and I place a helmet upon my grey head. For when the guard from the lookout has given the signal of a raid, forthwith I don my armor with shaking hands. Oh, the foe with its bows and with arrows dipped in poison fiercely circles the walls upon his panting steed, and as the sheep which has not found shelter in the fold is carried and dragged through field, through forest by the ravening wolf, so 'tis with him whom the barbarian finds not yet sheltered within the hedges of the gates, but in the fields, within the head that man either falls into captivity and submits to the bonds cast about his throat, or he dies by an envenomed missile. This is the place in which a new colonist in an abode of anxiety I lie secluded. Alas, too long is the period of my fate. Nevertheless, my muse has the heart to return to rhythm. Her old time writes, a friendly guest amid these great misfortunes. But there's none to whom I may read my verses, none whose ears can comprehend Latin words. I write for myself. What else can I do? And I read to myself, and my writing is secure in its own criticism. Yet have I often said, for whom this careful toil? Will the Sauromati and the Chetty read my writings? Often too my tears have flowed as I wrote. My writing has been moistened by my weeping. My heart feels the old wounds as if they were fresh, and sorrow's rain glides down about my breast. Again, when I bethink me what, through change of fortune, I am and what I was when it comes over me, whither fate has borne me and whence often my mad hand in anger with my efforts and with itself has hurled my verses to blaze upon the heart. And since of the many not many survive, see thou readest them with indulgence, whoever thou mayst be, though to take in good part verse, that is not better than my lot. O Rome, forbidden to me. Okay, it was the first poem in the fourth book